Yo, what's going on? My name is Keith. I do Black Quarterback series here. If you haven't followed me, I'll have a link at the end of the video with a playlist to every game I've covered, because I also covered the Super Bowl and I covered the playoffs as well. The best quarterback you guys don't know, Trey Lance.
Cleaning up everything, honestly. Just being as clean and as polished as possible, and as efficient with my movements as possible. Keeping my feet in the ground, not being so up and down, little things like that. And I think Quincy Avery and Sean McAvoy, my QB coaches over the last 6 months, I think having this time has been a huge benefit to me personally, just being able to kind of be selfish with my time and work on the things that I need to work on.
So Trey Lance is a 6'3", 221-pound, 21-year-old redshirt junior. Oh no, he's raised a sophomore that played at North Dakota State. And you might say that sounds familiar. The reason it sounds familiar is because Carson Wentz went to North Dakota State too. They're the Alabama of FCS. FCS is the division right under Power 5. So you have Power 5, you have FCS, and I think D2 is after that. It's possible to get drafted from these places and actually have productive careers. Carson Wentz hasn't been the best, but he still went number 1 overall. So this guy let me just tell you some of his accomplishments. Like I said, he won the championship, the FCS championship. He was the MVP of the game. He set the record for the most passes without interceptions at 287 in 2018. He won the Walter Payton and Jerry Rice Award in college football. And the guy was amazing. So Trey Lance's career stats are 208 completions, 318 passes, 65 completion percentage, 2,947 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 1 interception. The man threw 1 interception through a whole season. And I think that's the record for least interceptions thrown in college football. Like, what the man did is ridiculous. And he also rushed for 18 touchdowns. That's his career. But the season that's going to get him drafted is his sophomore season. His sophomore season, 66.9 completion percentage, 192 completed passes, 287 attempts, 2,786 yards, 28 touchdowns, 1,100 rushing yards, and 14 on the ground. He went 16-0 and led North Dakota State to a championship and won MVP. So when you look at the man's resume is impeccable. So you might be thinking, "Oh, we've never heard of him. Why didn't he play? Why didn't he play in major D1 college football? Blah blah blah, all of that." And I would tell you, most schools wanted him to play different positions. Most schools wanted him to play outside linebacker. They wanted him to play receiver.
I got everything from receiver to outside linebacker, safety. Those are kind of the big 3 for most schools.
You know, kind of things that we got from Lamar. And so him and his parents are like, no, we're going to play quarterback. Phil Raff did a great video about this. I might leave that at the end of the description, or it might be up here if I remember. So this is why you didn't really hear from him, because he wanted to play quarterback, so he went to go play quarterback, and he went to a power. Really good guy. I watched his pro day. I studied his pro day a little bit. The tools in his bag is ridiculous. Now, you kind of take it with a grain of salt because he didn't play Power 5, but if he played Power 5, he'd have been a Heisman candidate, because he looks like a great mixture of Cam Newton and Deshaun Watson. I know we don't talk about Deshaun right now because of the pending things, but just listen. Cam Newton, as far as the way he runs the ball and the aggressiveness that he runs with the ball, but Deshaun's recklessness and the way Deshaun throws the ball. So you can tell if I was able to talk to him, I would almost be certain that some of his favorite 2 quarterbacks are Cam Newton and Deshaun Watson, because he plays just like him. I'm watching this tape and I'm like, man, this is Cam and Deshaun. Because I think Deshaun is the evolution of Cam Newton, and Cam Newton is just a bigger Michael Vick. So, dude has been a monster. He went to Marshall Senior High School in Minnesota. So, you know, he's up in the north. Didn't nobody really see him, so they didn't really recruit him like they should have. He's just a wizard. He's just a wizard. I'm gonna leave some of his accomplishments up on the screen. And he, if it wasn't for Trevor Lawrence and our guy Justin Fields and Mac Jones and I think Zach Wilson will go above him too, because as much as I don't like Zach Wilson and the hype he's getting, he did play major D1 college football, and Zach Wilson is also should be compared to Trey Lance. They both played 1 year, but Trey Lance's 1 year was so dynamic. It was ridiculously dynamic that I'd rather take a flyer on that. You take a flyer on Zach Wilson, who's, if you want to play it safe in this draft, and I'm just giving y'all guys some extra. If you want to play safe in this draft, then you take Mac Jones. If you got the number 1 pick, you take Trevor Lawrence. If you want to be a little bit obscure, you take Zach Wilson. If you want the best player available, you take Justin Fields. So there's a whole lot of ways that you can go about this draft, but I think Trey Lance should be the 3rd quarterback off the board. His numbers are staggering. Just from his sophomore season, he had a Cam Newton type effect in his sophomore season. And I really feel like if he would have played in major D1 college football in the major D1 football, I think he would have been a Heisman Trophy winner, if not a trophy candidate. So that's really all I got for Trey Lance. I'm sorry that the video that I had, it wasn't very good. I couldn't really find any good video. So that's all I got for y'all. And y'all have a good rest of the day. And go check out Flim Lowe's video if you haven't checked it out. He does great work.